Welcome back to Advocacy in Motion. We are here each week to give a vision and a voice to nonprofit organizations and individuals making a difference in our community. And today we're going to be visiting with our guests from the Northern Texas PGA and their association with the Ascendant LPGA benefiting Volunteers of America. So it's appropriate to mention that our presenting sponsor, Niagara Corporation, is also a sponsor of the Ascendant LPGA benefiting Volunteers of America and a proud partner with the Volunteers of America by providing water-saving, cost-saving plumbing products to the VOA affordable housing projects. So we want to thank Niagara for our sponsorship and for their support of nonprofit organizations throughout the country. And you can go to niagaracorp.com to see all about them. So today I want to welcome our guest, Stephen Clements. He is the Manager of Communications and Digital Content for Northern Texas PGA. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Tommy.
And Hunter Hargrove. He is the Manager of the All-American Tour Operations for Northern Texas PGA. So glad you guys can make it. It's good to see you. This is going to be fun.
Excited to be here.
Stephen, start off a little bit about how you got to become involved with the PGA, your role, and what you're doing now.
Yeah, so kind of interesting. I actually grew up playing on our junior golf tour. Played from about the time I was in 6th grade all the way through high school. And then during college, I came back and did an internship with the Northern Texas PGA. Did 2 internships, a tournament operations one, and then more of a floater role where I got to see all of our different operations. And then came back, and Hunter and I actually started running the All-American Tour together, along with a guy named Derek Green, about 2.5 years ago. And then I switched departments and put my public relations degree to use. Now working in the communications department, just having a blast.
That's great. Hunter, how about you? How long have you been with the Northern PGA, and what's your role there?
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of have a little bit of a different story than Steven, but basically grew up playing junior golf. I'm originally from Nashville, Tennessee, so grew up playing junior golf kind of throughout middle school, high school, and then I actually went to Mississippi State, got my degree in professional golf management, where I became a PGA member. Throughout that program, I actually interned with the Northern Texas PGA in 2017. I did a summer-fall internship, and that pretty much got my head in the right direction, knowing that I wanted to do and run tournaments, and be in the golf industry, and really enjoyed everything I did throughout that internship. And then once I graduated, after kind of the COVID year there, got on staff with the Northern Texas PGA in 2021 as coordinator of All-American Tour Operations. And I was, again, like as Steven said, I was with Steven and then Derek Green, who was manager of the All-American Tour at the time. And been here, I guess, for 2.5 years, and I actually just got into the position as manager. Started this January, so little bit, pretty much do all of the operations, all the financials, pretty much oversee pretty much everything with the All-American Tour. So that's kind of a little bit about my role.
So you had a degree in golf management, is that correct?
Yes, sir, I did.
Well, I wish I had thought of that. That should be great, because I'm certainly going to make any money playing golf. That's for sure.
So Hunter's one of our PGA members in the section.
Yes, sir.
We have 4 in the office now.
Okay.
That are PGA members.
Yeah,
that is terrific. I wore my shirt today. We also own a publication called Youth Sports Today, and I've asked many of our guests, Nancy Lieberman and Carly Patterson, and other athletes and stuff have been here. What advice would you give to young people who have maybe a love for golf, let's keep it to golf, and want to have a career, but kind of like me, can't quite break 90 ever, What would your advice to young people that just have a love for the game and maybe want to have a career in it?
Do an internship.
Okay.
Do an internship with the Northern Texas PGA.
Okay.
We're this year on track to hire 80 interns.
Oh, that's terrific.
We've hired 583 total since 1996. So get an internship, dip your feet in the water, see what you like, see what you don't like, and go from there.
Now, we'll come back to this many times today, but tell us how to get in touch with that. How could somebody apply for that internship? Is there a
Yeah,
website?
you can find all of our internships on both of our websites, ntpga.com. There's a about us page, and then an internships tab. Same thing on our junior golf website, ntpgajuniorgolf.com. You can find more about the internships there and how to apply. We do seasonal internships, spring, summer, and fall, and they coordinate with the college semesters.
All right, that's great advice. This is a really fun time for the PGA. We just had the PGA Championship up in Rochester, and I know it's going to be coming here soon in 2027.
Yes,
They'll
sir.
have the
Yes,
PGA
sir.
Championship here, and it's a pretty exciting day for Brooks Koepka, but even more so for a club pro, a teaching pro that has become a national celebrity. Tell us a little bit about that. I mean, that's the strength of the PGA, or your club teaching pros. Isn't that correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I mean, just as a fellow PGA member, I think with Michael Block doing what he did this week was not only huge just for golf itself, but for PGA members in general. I mean, it really showed like what we can do on the golf course, and then I think it also showed the ultimate story, just more so of what a club pro does, like all the different avenues. And even with me being in PGM, I know, which again, professional golf management specifically, like I think it opened up a lot of eyes to, wow, there is a different route to go, not just if I can't play on tour, or, if I don't want to play in college. I think it really, not just for, the guys that we have now showing the importance of what we do, but also for our next generation, showing them that, wow, this is something that, maybe I do want to become a club pro and make my way to the PGA Championship, or even just like the aspiring professionals that, that are trying to make it today. Maybe I think that was a huge opportunity to open their eyes to say, well, if he can do it, like I can do it too. So I think it was huge just for, just not just for Michael, but, he really represented us well and showed anyone that, yeah, we can make those goals happen.
I saw this morning that he's already been invited to play in the tournament next week in
Yes,
Fort Worth
sir.
in the Colonial. So that's just such a great story right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was really exciting too. We had two PGA members from the Northern Texas section playing in Rochester as well. JJ Colleen and Gabe Reynolds both qualified the same way Michael did through the PGA Professional Championship out in New Mexico 3 weeks ago now. Gabe actually played with Michael in the final round of that. Both qualified together. I think Michael shot 8 under and Gabe shot 7 under in that championship to qualify for the team of 20. So it was really exciting to even root on our own. This is the second year in a row that we've had two PGA professionals from the Northern Texas section qualify for the team of 20 in the PGA Championship.
That's great fun. It's good success.
Absolutely.
You guys are Northern Texas PGA. How does it work with the PGA Association? What is your role as an organization going forward?
Yeah, so Hunter, we'll kind of kick this back and forth maybe, but
Yeah.
we're one of 41 sections. So we are similar to a MLB franchise or an NFL franchise. And the PGA of America would be the MLB or the NFL, and we are like the Dallas Cowboys or the Texas Rangers. But what's unique about the PGA of America is we operate about 95% independently. We don't have as much oversight as the Rangers or the Cowboys do from their leagues and the national offices. So we, as the Northern Texas section, it's great. We're pretty much top 5 in all categories of all the sections throughout the nation. We're a very big one geographically. We're very big membership-wise. We have over 900 PGA members now. So it's great. But our relationship, obviously we're neighbors. We built our own state-of-the-art facility right next door to the new headquarters in Frisco. We have two brand new buildings and 2 acres of synthetic turf golf park called the Ronnie Golf Park that's free and open to the public anytime.
Oh, that's great. We see a lot of publicity about the facility out there, and it just seems to get better and better and better and more exciting and more things. So we're certainly, and I know it's had a great impact and will continue to have a great impact on the entire community and on the economy. And I know there's other features being planned out there that'll make that area just a super attraction for everybody. So that is great. I want to come back and talk a little bit about the Foundation, the North Texas PGA Foundation, and the Girls Golf Tournament. Let me take a quick second here to thank one of our other sponsors, Piranha Haven. Piranha Haven is this wonderful little gift shop in downtown Richardson. Piranha is Sanskrit for life force and energy, and that's what you'll find there. You'll find art from local artists. You'll find free trade merchandise. You'll find incense, crystals, all kinds of things gift-wise. And on the fourth Saturday of every month, they hold a psychic fair. You can go anytime in downtown Richardson. They're at 107 South McKinney, or you can go online at piranhahaven.com and see all the things they do. You can even register there and sign up for online psychic readings if that's what you'd like to do. So thank you to Piranha Haven, and if you stop in and you see Alex, tell her Dad said hello. It is a family business, and if you happen to hear the baby there, that's my newest granddaughter, Sky, so say hello to her as well. She'll be running the place pretty soon. So thank you to Piranha Haven. The North Texas PGA Foundation, tell us a little bit about that. I know you have a lot of different aspects of that and things you guys help in the community, and that's really what we're about on this show, is giving back to the community, and you guys do that in a big way. So tell us a little bit about the foundation.
Yeah, our foundation was founded in 1983. It used to be called the Northern Texas PGA Junior Golf Foundation. But in 2019, we rebranded to just the Northern Texas PGA Foundation because really we do more than junior golf. We have 5 key pillars: military and veterans, college scholarships, inclusion, internships, and then junior golf, which is our biggest and most public-facing one.
You mentioned military, and then we're coming up on Memorial Day and some stuff, and we've done some wonderful podcasts that will be coming up with the Medal of Honor Museum in Arlington and with Folds of Honor, which is the organization that provides scholarships to the children of fallen soldiers and first responders. What is your role with military? How are you helping them and getting involved in this?
Yeah, so the big thing that we do with our military and veterans pillar is PGA Hope. So it's a national program. All 41 sections have the ability to run it, and I believe most of them do. And PGA Hope stands for PGA Helping Our Patriots Everywhere. So within that, we've been doing it for multiple years now, and PGA professionals can sign up. They get certified in all sorts of different teaching techniques, so that way they can teach somebody who's in a wheelchair or teach an amputee or teach people with limited mobility. And they teach clinics at their golf courses for our veterans. It's a 6-week program that anybody can sign up for. Again, it's nationwide, so not just in the North Texas section. And 6 weeks of programming. It's 1 hour or a 1 to 2 hour clinic each week, and then a graduation the final week, which typically is going out and playing a couple holes. And then what's unique about our section is actually our PGA professionals that are involved are very, very passionate about it and growing the program and keeping their past veterans involved. So they've been doing lots of play days, getting together and going out and play 9 or 18 holes with past participants next to current participants. We did a PGA Hope celebration. We had them all come out to our the Ronnie Golf Park, as I mentioned earlier, and have some dinner and do different kinds of skills competitions and really just get to know other veterans outside of their designated program that they were in. We had a great turnout for that. Almost 50 veterans came out. We also have a great relationship with the Texas Wounded Warrior Foundation, and we do a few things with them.
Very good. And I know, again, this will be on your website, and we'll come back to that and any information you have about that. The North Texas PGA Foundation has partnered with the Ascendant LPGA, Benefiting Volunteers of America, for 4 years now. And I've noticed more and more partnerships between PGA, LPGA, and promoting things in the community. And you've got coming up the Girls Golf Championship. I believe it's on July 5th. Tell us about that. Where did that come about, and how does that work?
Yeah, so basically I'll kind of go into the history here, Tommy, just with the event itself, but it's kind of a little bit of a funny story. I mean, it happened during 2020, I'm sure, as everyone's favorite year, going through a lot that year, especially golf. But, in June of 2020, the tournament basically came to us, and it was offered as an exemption that year. So with that being said, we basically had to put together, it was kind of a very quick process. So kind of heard about it, I believe, like in May, like kind of right towards the end of the spring. So when that happened, we came up with what we called this series of events called our Girls Series events, which we actually still have to this day that we run. So basically it's a series of events that we have certain exemptions for to obviously allow our players to earn to get into, our championship. But in 2020, we started that series for the girls. And basically, when we did that, it was very quick. We kind of came up with, I believe it was 7 Girls Series events that first summer. So we were just really knocking out Girls Series events. We held a lot of them, if not all of them, at Sherrill Park, and then we did that first Girls Championship in August, actually, at Sherrill Park Golf Course as well. So we were out there for the first championship. Like I said, just a special exemption that came about to us, and we really hit home with it. And it was something that I think after that first year, we were like, we have to keep this exemption. But kind of where can we go next to kind of upgrade, the event itself? So that's when we actually worked with Cody Roy and Mike McCabe over at the golf clubs at the Tribute, and got to schedule it over there, where it kind of all began in 2021. Basically, what we did was we came up with a 3-day, as we did before in 2020, a 3-day event. Where we, pretty much came up, we did the first 2 rounds, and what we are doing this year as well is the first 2 rounds are at the Tribute Golf Links, and then our final round after the cut line is at Old American. So, we couldn't thank Cody Roy and Mike McCabe enough for just everything that, they've helped us with, and just, gotten us through with the event itself. But they are a very prime component to our process. So couldn't thank them enough. But I mean, like I said, started in 2020. Ever since then, we've just kind of kept it going, and it's been awesome. It's been a really cool opportunity.
This seems to be the this year's evolution of back in the early days of the LPGA when we had the shootout. We had the high school girls qualifying, a qualifying event, and the top 2 girls or so got to play in the event. And our very first qualifier was Maddie Zurich. And she has gone on to a college career in Epsom, and she is now full-time on the LPGA tour. And doing well. We're seeing her on the weekend, so she is our very first qualifier. So not only do the girls have an opportunity for that experience to qualify, but there's some other benefits come from this tournament. What are some of those?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, the ultimate benefit of not just the exemptions, but it's really to just get to play, get the opportunity to get to play in an actual LPGA event.
You get to play with the pros.
Yeah. I mean, you can't ask for really anything better, and it's honestly like just to give women's golf that experience. I think that's the biggest thing. With us at the Northern Texas PGA, not just the men's game, but we want to also make sure that we're growing the women's game just as much. So, not just the opportunity to just get into the girls' championship, but just have the overall, opportunity just to get to play in a professional event and get to say that I did that. Something that no other section, that they get to do, and we get to, and that's something that we definitely value.
I think that's great. Now, there are also some scholarships involved that the foundation does, and other programs. Tell us a little about that. That's an important part of what the foundation does.
Yeah, so one of our key pillars, one of the other ones other than junior golf and military and veterans, is college scholarships. We started giving out college scholarships when the foundation was founded. And all the way through 2022, we've given over $4.29 million in college scholarships to over 675 students, graduating high school seniors. This year, we're on track to break another record. Knock on wood here, but we're going to do close to $700,000 in scholarships to a record 80 graduating high school seniors.
That is really good. We've talked about a lot of things, and I know there's so many facets to what you do, the Northern Texas PGA and the foundation. What have we missed? Tell us something that maybe we hadn't talked about that you'd like for our audience to know, and this is kind of your time to let us know what we should know.
Yeah, we just talked a little bit about our junior golf pillar. That's really, like I said earlier, our most public-facing pillar. That's what Hunter is dealing with day to day on the All-American Tour. He and the All-American Tour team are really the apex, the highlight of the junior golf pillar. But we start kids now with the Ronnie Golf Park as young as 3 years old. The Ronnie Golf Park is designed for group-based programming, after-school and summer camp programming for ages 3 to 14 years old. It's really designed for the kids who are just picking up the golf club to the beginner skill level where they've picked it up, but they're not quite ready for tournament golf. So they come in after school, they do a fun warm-up, and then they do whatever golf activity our coaches have planned for them that day. And the older kids end it with what we call the GOAT Challenge. The Ronnie is named after a longtime PGA professional at Sherrill Park, Ronnie Glanton. He's been National PGA Professional of the Year, which is the highest honor you can earn as a PGA member. So we decided we were going to name the Ronnie after him. And so you start kind of on the player pathway with the Ronnie, and then you move on to the Prep Tour, which is our beginner series of tournaments, 9-hole tournaments. Some are at par 3 courses, some are on actual golf courses. And then you move up onto the Medalist Tour, one day, 18-hole events. For our intermediate skill levels, it's ages 11 to 18, right? 11 to 19, broken into age divisions. And then once you graduate from the Medalist Tour, you move on to the All-American Tour, which is 36-hole elite level of junior golf at the Northern Texas PGA, earning exemptions into Girls Championships or Legends Junior Tour events, earning AJGA, PBE stars. It's really hard to beat and very competitive. I mean, this last event that we ran, I think every champion was under par. The winner of the older division was, 5 under? I believe?
It was 4 under. We had 2 for a tie at 4 under. So it was really some great golf throughout the weekend.
That's terrific. I know many years ago we were meeting with Mark Harrison, and he gave me a junior golf bag that I believe he was working with a program with the YMCA back then for junior golf, and I gave it to my grandson, who was 7 years old at the time. He pretty much wore it out and gave it, when he grew out of it, gave it to his cousin, my other grandson. And now that golf bag is with my 7-year-old granddaughter. So growing the game. I know you use that term often. We're growing the game, and that is just one very small example of how Mark grew the game through your YMCA program. So that's wonderful to know, and I know that's a big part of what you guys do.
I think you brought up Mark. We talked about PGA Frisco earlier. One thing that a lot of people don't know is PGA Frisco would not have happened without our CEO, Mark Harrison. In 2011, really the vision started in 2011. He was driving his son to a golf lesson. They were in the city of Irving, and he passed a sign on the side of the road for a public use space. They were accepting bids for what to do with the space. So he had the vision of an urban golf park, doing 9 holes, synthetic tees and greens, and then building an office for the Northern Texas PGA on that space. So we got Bo Welling involved, had him do a quick sketch. They talked to the city of Irving. They talked to the city of Dallas. They talked with Addison, lots of different cities, and nothing quite was working exactly how we envisioned. So he started a junior tour parent, actually. David Ovard reached out to him about they were wanting to get some land in Frisco and build a golf club in Frisco that was accessible for families in Frisco to be able to join up there. So they started talking. They looked at the land, what is now PGA Frisco, and Mark said, "Well, this is great. There's a lot of land here. Let's get the PGA of America involved." And slowly over the 2016 to 2018, it evolved, and in 2018 they officially announced PGA Frisco. So what started as an urban golf park has turned into a 550-room Omni Resort, 2 championship golf courses, a 10-hole par 3 course, a massive driving range facility, the new home of the PGA district, and ultimately what was Mark's original goal, an urban golf park in the Ronnie, and a new final home for the Northern Texas PGA.
That's great vision, and I know I've enjoyed over the years working with Mark in various aspects of golf and golf tournaments and charity tournaments and things. So I think it's wonderful, and it's fitting that the LPGA is now headquartered here, where it belongs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, tell us once again a couple of times. Tell us a little bit more about the girls' tournament, the dates, the location, how people can get involved.
Yeah, so basically the dates for the championship is July 5th through July 7th. So again, that Wednesday through Friday. But basically, you know, how you can get more involved, it's on our NTPGA JuniorGolf.com website. But if you go on our tournament schedule, basically all of our tournament information, you'll see which tournaments have those certain exemptions. Basically all of our summer events, obviously for our girls series events, still have spots open up if you want to register, but all of our summer events have our top 10% of the Ascendant LPGA benefiting VOA Girls Championship qualifying field. I know that's a long name there, but basically in that field, we take the top 10%. And we do that after round 2. So once the event is over with, and then those certain amount of girls will get into the event. So that's pretty much how you have to qualify to get in. We also have, we work with the Southern Texas PGA section and the Legends Junior Tour. Both have 40 exemptions each. We have a total of 72 exemptions. So really cool to get to include not just girls from our section, but from the Legends Junior Tour, Southern Texas, pretty much all over Texas. And we even have some girls who come from other states as well that come and play and want to be a part of the experience. So not just really open to just girls here in Texas. It's really open for everyone if they want to try for it. But for us specifically, you do have to be a Northern Texas PGA Junior Tour member to get obviously sign up for those certain events. But yeah, that's pretty much qualification for it, and then we go right into the tournament.
That's great. I know we plan on being out there with Youth Sports Today, our magazine. Publisher Tricia Glowacki has covered these in the past, and we're all about youth sports. And achieving your goals. So we definitely want to come out, and we'll be out there to give that some coverage and for our magazine, Youth Sports Today. Going back one more time, tell us about the facility in Frisco. Can an old hacker like myself go out and play? Is it a public course? How does that work? Because it's all pretty magnificent. I mean, there's a lot going on out there. How can we get involved?
Yeah, so at our building, the Northern Texas PGA, the Jerry J. Ransom Northern Texas PGA Golf House is the official name of our building, and that houses the Ronnie Golf Park. Anybody is welcome to come out. It's open to the public, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., as long as we're not doing programming at that time. So in the summer, it's going to be open in the weekdays from 6 to 8 p.m. in the evenings, and then on the weekends, we'll be open for anybody to come out. It's all synthetic turf again, and anybody, whether you've never touched a golf club or we've had Brittany Lang and Angela Stanford out, anybody can come out, any skill level. We want people to enjoy the game of golf. It's a place for people to be loud, for people to have fun. It's just not an uptight country club by any means. So anybody can come out to the Northern Texas PGA and the Ronnie. And then The PGA, the Monument Realty PGA district is open to the public. Just down on the other side of the driving range from us, people can come around, check out the shops, get a cone of ice cream, and there's big putting green called the Dance Floor. I think it's 75,000 square feet that people can come and hit putts. They have putting courses set up, and that's all open to the public as well.
I'm glad you mentioned that it's not a stuffy country club, because quite honestly, the publicity and stuff we hear, it's so big, it's so encompassing. It's the PGA, moving
absolutely.
here. It's kind of has that feeling. So I'm certainly glad you said that we are welcome out there, that the public is welcome, and I think that's a wonderful thing, because we're glad to have you guys here.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody come out to the Ronnie. It's open for anybody anytime.
That is great. All right, before we get out of here, tell us one more time how to get in touch for internships, for all that good stuff, and then how to get in touch for the golf tournament again.
Yeah, you can find information for both, really for anything, on our main website. You can navigate to ntpga.com, and then you'll be able to find information about the junior tour on there. There's a nice tab up in the upper right corner, as well as the foundation. You can and learn more about our 5 pillars of the foundation, internship opportunities, all things like that.
And then for any championship information, I'll be the tournament director for the event this year. So just reach out to me again, email hhargrove@ntpga.com, and we'll get you taken care of. I definitely want, right now we're at 31 girls signed up for the championship, which we're at a really good number to break our number from last year. So I'm hoping we can do that. So any girls that are wanting to play in this prestigious event, please make sure you sign up.
All right, very good. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here, for sharing all this with us. Hopefully we can give you guys some publicity and keep the game of golf growing. So thank you again.
That's the goal. Appreciate it. Thanks,
Yes,
Tommy.
sir. Thanks, Tommy.